President-elect Donald Trump is responding to the Obama administration's new sanctions against Russia over Russia's alleged interference in the presidential election. In a statement Thursday night, Mr. Trump said, "It's time for our country to move on to bigger and better things. Nevertheless, in the interest of our country and its great people, I will meet with leaders of the intelligence community next week in order to be updated on the facts of this situation." Courtney Weaver is a U.S. political correspondent for the Financial Times. She's in our Washington bureau. All right, so Courtney, Mr. Trump has tried to cast doubt on Russia's role in the DNC hacks. Do these U.S. sanctions change his political calculus?
Well, I think it's too early to say at the moment, but I mean, this is a change in tone that we've heard from Trump previously. I think he was worried about, until the Electoral College vote went through, that Obama or Clinton or Democrats would try to wrest his electoral victory away from him and use the Russian hack as a way to do so. What we see in this statement is some sort of movement from him, but he's obviously leaving the door open to what he's actually going to do about it.
Yeah, Mr. Trump has the power to reverse all of these steps from the Obama administration. Do you expect him to do that?
I mean, he could do it very easily. He could do it in an afternoon. But what I think was interesting about these sanctions today is that, here we have the Obama administration sanctioning key Russian intelligence agencies, key Russian intelligence officials. And for Trump to reverse it, it looks pretty bad, for someone who's being accused of being too cozy with Putin, too cozy with the Russian regime. I think he would find it hard to justify reversing those new sanctions immediately.
Going back to his statement Wednesday night, Mr. Trump said we ought to move on with our lives. On this matter of Russian hacks, to whom is Mr. Trump speaking when he says this push to move on from questions over Russian hacks?
That's a great question. I mean, I think he's talking about U.S. politicians, people in Congress, people in the Obama administration, people in the Clinton campaign. But I think we can expect that Trump will face a lot of resistance from Congress, even from Republicans in Congress. You have people like Lindsey Graham, John McCain, and other key Republicans in the Senate and in the House who are very hawkish on Russia. And they're going to want to keep the existing sanctions against Russia in place, not just the new ones that were announced today, but pre-existing ones relating to Russia's annexation of Crimea and Russia's incursion into Ukraine.
And how forceful, Courtney, do you think some of those fights on Capitol Hill could be?
I think it'll be interesting, especially with the confirmation hearing of Rex Tillerson, who's nominated to be Secretary of State by Trump. As you know, he was the CEO of ExxonMobil. He had a lot of dealings with Putin personally. Some people say he's a bit too close to Putin. And I think he's really going to be grilled on whether he plans to keep the sanctions against Russia in place and what he plans to do about U.S.-Russia relations. And I think if he does say, he wavers on the sanctions, he could face resistance from people like Senator Marco Rubio.
All right, Courtney Weaver, thanks so much for your insight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.